Ladies and gentlemen of the commentary community, despite this being the DJK Draketh channel, this is not actually a commentary video, but actually about something I enjoy because beyond what some may think, I do indeed have a life beyond bullshit internet drama. But to some, it's no secret that there are certain pieces of media that I may cherish and most definitely heavily enjoy. However, something that may be unknown to most is that I do actually have a shitty trash brain and I enjoy things others may find laughably retarded or dumb. That's not to say I don't enjoy my fair share of general kino, because I absolutely do. However though, to watch you, I will need to unlock too many more neurons in my brain to sit through overall amazing talent, but because I have a fucking monkey brain, general racism and casually saying the N-word is the funniest thing in the world to me. Why yes, Erased, your overall story and characters, despite your ending, is actually incredibly well made and thoughtfully executed, and the talent behind the story made me feel many emotions. It is all amazingly and wonderfully done beyond belief, and I only wish I could have the talent to achieve what you have achieved here. However, I would rather watch Mysterious Girlfriend X because it is incredibly very sexually stimulating and erotic, but I can also show this clip to people with no context before unfriending them on Discord. Alright, cool. Now that we've set the baseline for my taste and quality, it is now time I tell you about one of the most insane mangas I have ever read and one that I want everyone to go out there and read right after this video. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Pumpkin Night. Alright, so, despite what you may genuinely think, I actually don't watch a lot of anime and I definitely don't watch a lot of TV, let alone read any fucking books at all. The reasoning behind this is because unlike a movie, which I will happily sit down and watch for 2 hours straight, I actually have a hard time being invested in a lot of the stories TV shows and anime tell for a solid like 12 to 26 episodes. It's just a hard task for me, and the same applies to books, especially when it has a lot of chapters. So when I tell you that I sit down and watch anything or read something that's related to TV or a fucking book, then that tells you right then and there that it's a fucking good book that I gave all my attention to, because despite what it may seem, and despite the fact that I may watch a lot of anime, really I just put it on in the background while I edit or write for my videos. So when I genuinely tell you that I read all 69 current chapters of Pumpkin Night, then that should tell you that it's a damn good book, and despite the fact that the chapters are relatively short, I shit you not, I read this entire fucking manga in just one goddamn night, on a fucking whim. Alright, now that I've actually gotten all that out of the way, let me get into the actual manga here now. The summary of the story on Manga Life is simply a deformed high school girl escapes from a mental hospital and starts to hunt down her former schoolmates who cruelly bullied her. Very simplistic sounding revenge fantasy book that sounds very simple and not complex at all. However though, this book is anything but fucking simple. Personally speaking, a better description I would actually put on this manga is former waifu material gets decimated in the face, probably making her someone's fetish. After the school bullies who watched Carrie last night felt a little too inspired, they then proceeded to burn her face off with a pumpkin. After this event, poor former waifu material, who I will now refer to for the segment as Shakira, is sent to a mental institution and spends her days there ready to plow down on some revenge towards her former bullies by acting like a Walmart Michael Myers, if Michael Myers was a massive Hiromu Takahashi fan. Shakira then escapes the psych ward to go on a killing spree against all her former bullies and anyone that stands in her way in a very awesome brutal fashion while wearing a pumpkin on her head, to create what I would like to call a pumpkin night. See what I did there? Something that I absolutely love in all of my stories in any piece of media is actually violence, gore, and especially lots of blood. Luckily for me, Pumpkin Night has that in absolute gallons. The blood, violence, and gore in Pumpkin Night feels very Junji Ito inspired. Without a doubt, if there's one word I can use to describe this entire manga, it is without a doubt extra. Everything about this manga is extremely extra. The edginess, the characters, the story, and especially the violence, it's all incredibly extra and done to an extreme degree, and I personally love it. It may not be your cup of tea, but for those who do enjoy this type of stuff, I'd say you should probably read this entire manga just for that. However though, to me personally, that was actually not my favorite part of this manga. Instead, my favorite part was, well, you guys know how much I love the Ghost Stories dub. Oh, I absolutely love it, and I wish more things like it came out. Things that I could just laugh at when I want to feel happy, whenever I'm feeling down. Just, you know, general really funny shit you would hear out of any teenager. Well, here are some of my favorite pages and panels from the manga. What in Hillary's emails? I forgot to mention, throughout the manga, one of the main characters' dads is like Donald Trump for some reason. I love it. You a pussy ass nigga. Slowpoke, you'll not be needing that cock and balls anymore. We haven't made this much since the last Bang Bros video. And without a doubt, my personal favorite moment from this entire manga is when I swear to God, I didn't Photoshop this. They put the Brazzers logo in the bottom left corner. I don't know if it's just the specific version I was reading since I was reading this on Manga Life. Don't worry though, I'm probably gonna purchase this physically if I get the chance. But that's fucking hilarious! Something that I haven't even mentioned yet from the manga is that there's a really cute and beautiful romance between the two main characters, but I'm not gonna mention too much about it. All that I'm gonna say is that it's a little bit fucked up, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't find it a little bit wholesome in places, alright? Maybe that's just me though, because I'm like extremely bitchless. But anyways, the biggest takeaway I want people to actually have from this video is I want people to go search this manga out for themselves. It's called Pumpkin Night, and please go read it. I've been pretty good at keeping this video, for the most part, extremely spoiler free. I've barely mentioned anything that's actually important to the plots because I want people to experience this manga for the first time themselves without knowing too much about it, because I think that's the best way to go into this manga. The same way I did, really. And with that said, I'm actually gonna go check out some of the other authors' work. The author goes by the name of Masaya Hokusano. I'm actually extremely interested to see what else he has actually made with manga. I mean, so far, this Pumpkin Night shit kind of really made me feel good. I don't know. Really want to see what else he does. Maybe he has some good shit that I'd also really like. So after this video's done, I'm gonna go check that shit out. With that said, this was a DJK Draketh video, not a commentary video, but don't worry, I'll probably upload one like tomorrow because I'm gonna go fucking grind my ass off. With that said, hope you all have a good day. This was DJK Draketh, baby, and always control your narrative.
Uncle Stan, are you wearing a blindfold?
Nah, but with these cataracts, I might as well be. What is that, a woodpecker?